Welcome to Golden Heights, and today spawning in the southwest corner of the map in yellow, we've got Minecraft Pro Gamer, also known as Beastyqt, playing as the French, and his opponent today in the north, playing in orange. We've got Moo playing as the Mongols. Welcome everyone to this Age of Empires forecasted game on Golden Heights. I love this map as a hybrid one, but with a very tricky civilization matchup for Beastyqt here today. Playing as the French versus the Mongols. The Mongols obviously very aggressive as a civilization, have a lot of options to themselves on this map, can often go for the dock and also challenge the dock with spearmen early production with the double production with the Uvu, as we do see a barracks coming out for the Mongols. No real surprises there. And well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you guys have seen Moo play in Age of Empires 4 before, I think you'll know that this game is going to be an incredibly interesting one. So you'll certainly want to stay tuned for this one. Make sure you watch it through the end, because anything can happen at any time with this guy. And we've seen some crazy strategies before. So we shall see if Beastyqt is able to, deal with this madness that can often happen with this player. But we shall see. Now with the French versus the Mongols, pretty tricky for the French. Of course, can often open up with the School of Cavalry and go for the French Royal Knights, which is obviously a tricky situation when you come across Mongolian spears or Mongol spears, coming out, because they pretty much counter the cavalry. So I suspect the French might need to opt into an archer range nice and early, but things can be very slow on Golden Heights, especially when you factor in, well, Beastyqt is going for water, so it's going to be getting to the next stage rather slowly. Now the thing is, for Beastie in the tricky situation I have seen happen on Mongols being played on this map before, is an outpost rush can be incredibly devastating. And the reason for that is, well, Beastie's gone out for a dock, and it does mean he's out to gold later than usual. Like usually by now you'd have villagers out on on gold. You wouldn't usually have this number of villagers on wood. He's obviously getting the wood because he's going for the fishing ship. So early aggression here from the Mongols could be really devastating for Beastie, who's actually playing this kind of meta way on Golden Heights rather than adjusting. He's going for the water. He wants to play that kind of greedy game where he gets that nice fishing economy, but he might be punished for that quite significantly, because he hasn't actually got very much gold in the bank and sending a lot of villagers to mine that gold. But he's going to have to pull some of the villagers back and micro this wild, because he's going to lose some valuable HP with this. But in any case, Moo is heading forward with another 2 spearmen on this position. It does take a lot of HP on that scout. He backs off for now with the scout. The villagers are surviving. He hasn't lost a single villager yet, but he will get the raiding bounty here. And I suspect, yeah, there we are. 2 spearmen are going to be pressurizing this area here, the dock. But the villager here for Beastie will just come and repair this. No real problem, but it does idle this villager quite significantly. So that this actually works out quite well for Moo, because Beastie will have to repair this with that villager, and that's one villager that's idled now. The spearman going the other side of that wood line just to prevent villagers coming out to gold. As you can see, the Khan keeping an eye on that, a very keen eye, because Beastie's struggling on gold now. And this is what happens when you go out to fishing economy and go to wood to try and get the fishing ships out, and neglecting that gold is going to struggle to get to the feudalation. Now, I don't know if he has enough gold. Does he have enough? He's got 183 in the bank, but if he loses this villager, he won't. I don't think he will. Oh no, he lost it. That's not going to be enough. I don't think it's only got a couple. Yeah, I'm not sure it's quite got enough there. Oh, he's short by 3 gold. He's going to have to go back to this gold vein on the north. There is a spearman there now. He won't be able to deny the age up. Like, he will get the gold for it, but he's had so much idle time going back and forth to that gold vein. Now that should be enough now. It's going to head back. Well, it's going to be deer stones, the landmark of choice for the Mongols. No trade. Well, they could still go for trade, but I'm not suspecting it, considering the amount of aggression that's coming out from the Mongols. I think he should just double down, be more aggressive, and try and build on from this. He will get a raiding bounty from that once it's on fire. It's going to be a School of Cavalry with 7 villagers being there up, rushing it up. It's going to need to get some villagers on wood, though, to get that archery range. He is actually going to tech into superior mobility there, Mr. Moo, with pack buildings moving faster. And with the eagle being deployed there, giving that extra vision. Yeah, it's going to really struggle on this wood line as well. Beastie's wood line situation is a bit of a problem. Could move out here on the west side. Probably a good idea to do just that. It does already have the lump cap set up here in this position. Doesn't quite have enough wood for a production building. Spearman's kind of going through and not getting any village kills, but that doesn't matter. He's causing so much idle time. It's insane. There's 12 villagers here that haven't been mining it for periods there. Spearman might dive in again once again. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, going up with School of Cavalry doesn't really help the French here, because they're going to need an archery range. There's that feudal age now for Mu. Keeping that villager idle, having to repair that. And the trouble is, yeah, this is a tricky situation. Beasty trying to keep his opponent out with palisade walls. But that's wood investment that he doesn't quite have to be able to, you know, he's not going to be able to get, well, he can just about afford a production building now. There's a lot of wood being spent. There's the movement arrow. Just cycling around, villages back on wood again. Now, whilst there's only one villager that has been killed by Mu, there's so much idle time. It's been kind of crazy. Having said that, Mu is behind on economy considering the fishing ships that are working nice and hard there for Beasty. Now, Beasty does get to that next stage now with a school of cavalry. I would be expecting to see an archer range soon, potentially. He's going to go for a horseman first, actually, so no archer range coming out anytime soon. He's going to look to try and counter it. It seems like Mu's going to head back with his spearman just for now. I'm not so sure about that. There's no archer range, so I'm not sure why he's going back. He isn't anyway. And where is he going to go from here, Mr. Mu? He's going to go. Wait, he's going to go for a second town center. Look at the amount of wood he's got. 600 wood. That's building up, heading into almost the 7th minute of the game. Spearmen get pulled back because of the galley there. That's a heavy investment though for Beasty. Does protect the food economy though. 90 food, 150 wood. But it's going to just keep an eye on the shoreline, making sure that the pond isn't being docked. And that fish economy is nice and safe. And there is that archer range, as we would expect from the French, to counter those spearmen that are coming out. I wonder if there's going to be a stable for Keshiks. That's the question we're all thinking. Almost enough wood for the next town centre. It's actually relying on berries, which is strange enough. There it is. There's the second town centre. Going to be expanding that economy nicely. But he does have a bit of catching up to do. He's kind of 5 eco units behind. And there are 2 production buildings here for Beasty that could pile on some pressure. But it is coming out to gold again, is it? What are these guys? Yeah, it looks like they're going out to gold again. They're going to have to build another mining camp. There, we're going to build an outpost first, which is probably a smart move. Couple of units there for BC just to keep an eye out and scout. The hardened upgrade has come in for the Mongols, and second town center coming up soon. The fishing economy continues on the east side there for Beasty. That food income, let's take a look at it. 8 villages apiece, but look at the food income for Beasties, almost double. And, well, it keep an eye on things with the eagle and does back off now. Beastie's going to go to the wood line on the west. Does have that outpost in that position, protecting the gold somewhat. What do we see here? What's going on with that second... Hang on a minute. Where's he going with that second town center? He's going to make his move forward. Maybe this could be a TC drop from the Mongols. Quite possibly Spearman heading forward. And, well, Beastie spots this, right? He sees this. He knows what's happening. And he's going to react immediately by building palisade walls to try and keep it out. But will it be enough? The trouble is the palisades can only protect you so much. The wood, the tree can be chopped through by villagers if you get some villagers out there. Mongols, and he does pick off one of the horsemen, and he's going to pick up the scout if he's not careful here. BC, he's going to try and deny the TC range. The TC going down for as long as possible. With 2 spearmen there, might be a bit of a difficult challenge to do. He does get the 2 hits, and he does take out the scout. And I think now Moo's going to deploy that second town centre in a forward position. And BC's on kind of a bit of pressure. He only he does have 9 eco units more, but he's behind on half the army units. Trying to get the gold income, trying to get those knights if he can. But against spearmen, it's just not going to be enough. It needs archers. Now TC has deployed, means that the spearmen will be uncontested in this area. Now it's going to break through. The TC packing up and getting ready to move further forward. More palisade walls coming out for Beastie just to cut off the progression. The TC does deploy on the gold vein. Picks off 1 villager on the wood line and a second. This is bad for Beastie. He's lost 3 so far and a 4th. The house doesn't get built. I mean, he's not going to get housed anyway because, of course, he's just lost a couple of villagers, but that's not ideal for him. He's going to burn through on that wood line as best as he can. Will take some time. The palisade walls aren't too easy to get through, even with this number of spearmen. They will break in through eventually, though, of course, trying to get an outpost there. I'm not sure if Beastie gets that. He might have to relocate the villagers on the east side wood line. Does he get that outpost up in time? There's a lot of villagers building it. He's trying to rush it down. There are a couple of archers there for Beastie. They are going to be picked apart and lost a lot of HP on that 1 archer there from the town centre. The outpost does go up in the end. But here comes a ram. That's a problem for Beastie. He's going to have to try and deal with that. The thing is this is so difficult for Beastie because of the number of spearmen. Like, he had to go for archers, but the archers will do nothing against the ram. He's going to have to sacrifice villagers quite possibly. Now, the faster working town centre from the English doesn't seem like it's helping Beastie out as much as he would want it to be. But he does have the fishing economy, so food economy will be strong for Beastie for sure. Trouble is, Moo's economy's been untouched for quite some time. Here comes a 4TC right in front of Beastyqt's one, and here comes a ram and spearman. The spearman will get some good valuable torch damage out of this. Question is, how does Beasty stop this? Is there a way for, well, arguably the best player in the world to stop this? Although, you know, some could challenge that. There are a couple of other players knocking at the door of that mantle and that title. Beasty now under pressure with that ram focusing on the capital town centre. The spearman taking care of the lumber camps. So don't forget that this is actually really crucial, because it actually gives them raiding bounty, denies their outpost on the gold vein. Now villagers coming to try and gather gold as much as possible. Moo will be losing 2 horsemen, but it's caused a lot of idle time on this village, trying to get a blacksmith for some upgrades. Villagers coming out from the town centre being picked apart. Beasty cannot reinforce his economy with villagers, because as soon as they pop out from this town centre, they get absolutely gunned down. And a second ram coming out for Moo, that could be devastating. The horsemen need to try and get rid of those rams if they can. Here come the spearmen torching down. A single villager trying to repair. A single villager is garrisoned inside that town centre now for Beasty, but it's not going to be enough. Here come more spearmen fighting up. I just wonder whether there'll be a villager pool. Will Moo commit to this full scale with his villagers? I'm not so sure. Well, let's take a look if he's got textiles. He doesn't yet, so no signs of that happening. He's going to take out the town centre though, it seems. Beasty struggling. His economy cannot scale from this. He does have the fishing economy on the east side, but that's kind of static in terms of growth. And now he's going to lose villagers coming out of the town centre. Here's a couple of Keshiks. They look to try and raid that berry patch, and it will be picked apart by the archers on the night, but still it detracts the army away there for a bit. Here comes another villager going to garrison inside, maybe trying to repair. Spearmen trashing this town centre. Now the next landmark, the only other landmark, is a school of cavalry. Here comes up a ram for Beasty, trying to take out that town centre the Mongols have. Now can he, the thing is, can he deploy it here? I'm not sure if he fits in there with the town centre. He's going to try it, but there is a Keshik kind of almost blocking the way. Oh, the units there for he's blocking himself. Unfortunately, the ram are getting in the way. Here come villagers. So that's a lot of villagers there for Moo. That's 16 of them. He's gone full scale, full aggression. Rams trying to get involved if they can, but they're kind of blocking the town centre, doing more harm than good. The town centre does deploy. Now villagers should garrison inside. That will pepper arrows at the units, going to target the archers first, which is certainly the right move. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Beastyqt cannot hold on Golden Heights, and Moo comes out with a crazy strategy to take out one of the very best players in the world of Age of Empires 4. Hope you guys enjoyed the castle game, and if you did, well, guess what? I've got a fantastic game for you to watch. An absolute banger. Click on the end card screen now, and it will take you to that one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care, and see you next time.